Hey, this is Jerry Visca, the founding publisher of Defyeneurs, and welcome to the Simplify issue. This is the final issue of Defyeneurs, and I got to tell you, we are so excited because who doesn't want to simplify their life? More importantly, who doesn't want to simplify their approach to finances, their approach to debt? And that's why I'm excited about Cheryl Campbell live with us, money coach, all the way from London. Welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you, Jerry. So excited to be here.
Cheryl, this is an interview that I've been really excited about facilitating with all of the fear out there, with all of the debt, and people are struggling to get themselves, out of this debt. I think it's more essential that people connect with you and your approach, and your philosophies to simplifying your life. So I'm so excited about this interview. There's a quote in your profile that I love. It goes like this: "Wealth comes from within, just like your beauty." And you've definitely tapped into this art of going within as it relates to your finances. So share with us, what does life simplified mean to you, and why is it essential to personal growth?
Life simplified is important to personal growth because money is such a heavy thing in people's lives, and we need to take it back, and we need to simplify. Just over the last couple of months, we've had 2 interest rate increases. That third one could take people right over the edge. It is becoming so important that people take a step back and simplify. Money is just a dark black cloud, or debt, sorry, is a dark black cloud over us. And people are just so stressed. And if they just simplify and go back to the basics and not worry about keeping up with the Joneses, I say that all the time. You know what? It is really important for people to know the Joneses are in debt as well. Everybody has just this outstanding debt, and we need to get it under control. Young couples today, they have to start out with the best house, with the best furniture, the best cars. Nobody goes back to little starter homes and just starts out and builds their wealth. Everybody just takes on all this debt, and we need to stop. The next interest rate increase could just push everyone in this country over the edge if we don't get out of debt.
That's very profound, Cheryl. I love that. Remove the pressures. There's this pressure to keep up, and I think that's a great way to kick this off. And I like how you talk about living on the edge. Imagine moving off that edge. Imagine what life would be like not being on that edge.
That's right.
Like the edge of possibilities. And you're right, that is a dark black cloud. So there's another quote that you share in your profile, and it goes like this: I simplified my finances, my wants my wants became fewer, my stress decreased, and I was better able to serve from a point of knowing. I love that. So let's take that further. How is your passion helping to simplify other people's lives?
It helps because I can talk to people from a point of knowing, from actually saying, you know what? I was where you are. I wanted everything. I wanted the new car. I wanted the bigger house. I wanted better, better, better. It didn't get me any happier. I found when I took a step back and just looked at, I am happy because I'm alive. My children are healthy. I have friends and family. That's what's important. If we can just really take a look inside ourselves to figure out what makes us happy and realize that it is not the amount of money we make and the amount of things we acquire, then we are all going to live much happier. I truly believe that. And if we take our kids back to the basics, because a lot of families are struggling because they think that every kid needs an iPhone and an iPad and a Mac computer and all of these activities they're putting their kids in. Really, it's not necessary. We can bring up our kids as long as we're present. And if we are suffocated by having to work maybe 1, 2 jobs just to make ends meet, that's not doing anything for our families.
I love that. I'm making all these notes because these are simple but very profound tips, and it's a philosophy. I like the way you speak about happiness, Cheryl, being an inside job. It's not coming from the external. And we're in this society or this age where, it's called the connection age. I call it the disconnection age, where we feel that money is the only thing that's going to make us happy. And I think you've tapped into, the basics. I love that. Bring people back to what's important. And that's what I find your approach is. It's really helping people get back to the basics, what's important. So there's another quote that you share. I love it. We are not here to live a life of heaviness. And what I know is that debt is heavy. So how do you help the world simplify? Talk a bit about your approach, some of the tools that you're using. How do you help the world simplify?
So I help the world simplify by going back to their very upbringing. So we go through a biography, a money biography is what it's called, and they list all of their memories that they had around money. And so when we get up to here and now, we can clearly see a pattern of what's gone on in their life. And everything that's gone on has nothing to do with money. It is just maybe their parents showed them their love by buying gifts. Maybe there was no love, and now they want to shower their family with gifts. Just lots of things that happen in a person's life that really show us where their money problems may be coming from. So then we can start to work on that, coming from a place of knowing, because we've actually gone through the process. We look at what their archetypes are. Maybe it's victim, so it's always someone else's fault. Maybe it's innocent and they never truly learned about money, and we can start to educate them. And once they are empowered with that education, then they can go on and help the others become educated and actually know that this is the way I want to live. So it's truly just going through a process, learning about what type of education, I guess there was, around money in their lives. Some people have suffered terrible things around money, and it shows up in their life and they don't know how to clear it. So we work on that, find out, and then start new habits and behaviors.
Okay, this is so profound. I love that. From all of the financial so-called experts that I've seen in the past, they try to fit you into this model, but one size doesn't necessarily fit all. I love your approach that you look at the whole person, Cheryl. I love that. I love this money biography. And I love that. I think that's so cool. And you look at past conditioning. I think the psychology of how you're approaching it, it's a process, and you really try to help the individual. I think that's fantastic. So Cheryl, you're up to some great things. You've been through a lot. You've been through a reinvention. I believe you're creating the next chapter for Cheryl Campbell, and you're helping so many people. What do you want to be remembered for? What will they say about Cheryl Campbell?
I always say the best part of my job is hearing people's stories. So I want to be remembered for somebody that listened, was attentive, and clearly heard what that person had to say, that I connected with that person and made them feel special, even if it was just for a moment. That's what I want to be remembered for, helping them to be heard, be seen, even if it was for a moment.
That's fantastic. Cheryl Campbell of London, money coach. And I call this profile Simplify Your Stress. It's right at the front. It's pages 12 and 13 in the new Simplify issue, the final issue of 2017, one of the most profound conversations we've had around simplifying your life. Cheryl, on behalf of Defyeneurs and everyday people doing extraordinary things worldwide, I want to personally thank you for bringing your light, your knowledge, and your passion and your beautiful smile to this issue of Defyeneurs. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.